What is going on, guys? Broken Machine here. Hope you guys are all doing good today. This is Neville Nights on Frontlines mode today. Neville Nights, if you don't know, is a premium only map that's currently in development. I do hope at some point that DICE changes their mind and decides to bring this out for everyone. I think the community would love something like that. This is only available on PC at the minute on the CTE. The CTE is basically a test version of the game. It is short for the community test environment. It's basically where the devs test out all the new patches, the new maps, and everything else. At the moment here, we're pushing up right to the objective. This is the final objective, and once we take this, we can win the game. I'm using the shotgun here. It's pretty effective in these trenches, but outside of that, not very effective at all. The slugs though, oh man, the slug one, that is pretty good. We got the Martini Henry here. Oh man, I absolutely love this weapon. This is on the middle section. This is the starting section even. So both teams, they have to fight over this flag. There is quite a large cappable area, so you've definitely got to work as a team and try and push up. Right in the middle, you've got this bridge here. I kind of like the design here. I wasn't too happy about it in Conquest, but it was too open. It kind of felt messy. But in Frontlines, you can see there's actually lots of cover for you to use to approach the objective and to help defend the objective here as well. Check this out. I'm about to go on a pretty nasty streak with this Martini Henry sniper here. There's two. There's a third. And here we go. Here's a quad. Oh, that was pretty nasty. Shame I missed that shot there. But yes, there's lots of cover here. And the bridge itself, it kind of breaks up the map a little bit. If you watch my gameplay on Conquest, I complained a little about this area kind of being a little bit too open and a bit iffy in places. But as you can see here, you can use the bridge to peek over, and it kind of blocks a lot of line of sights, so that's always good. So you're not it's not just another really open map. Well, it is in Conquest, but the way it's laid out with the flag locations and the general spawn locations in Frontlines, it actually plays out pretty well. If you're using a sniper, you got to be doing what I'm doing there, trying to aim down sight and just, you know, checking your corners. You don't want to be out in the open too long. There isn't a huge sniper problem on this map, judging from what I played anyway. In Conquest, definitely a lot more snipers, but as you'll see from the clips in this short little video, you can use all the other weapons. They are usable. Just on this section, if you're playing solo, I much prefer to, you know, go for the sniper rifle. I think it works out better. You know, if you're on your own and your teammates kind of suck, using any other weapon can often just put you at a huge disadvantage, especially if you're trying to push the objectives as well. You know, it can be difficult. It can be difficult. So we've taken this one here. That's the middle section. Now we've got another objective here at Delta. If we take Delta, or Duff as it is in BF1, then we can move to those objectives you saw at the start of this video. This section is pretty cool. You've got lots of trenches. They've added a few things in since the last video that I posted. So there's a little bit more detail and little bits of cover around the map that you can use. But yeah, this one's pretty cool now. You've got the trenches below. You can obviously jump on top of these bridges here and peek down. So there's a little bit of verticality here, which is great. It is really great. If you played BF4, there was a lot more in that game, and if you played a lot of Rush, it really kept the game kind of fresh. There was lots of ways to play the game, and it wasn't the kind of same thing over and over, which is unfortunately what I think BF1 is at the moment. I think the lack of verticality, or at least the lack of ways to engage, or the lack of cover even, it kind of limits the game in many ways, which is a real shame. It is a real shame. So I like sections like that, and we're going to be seeing more of that in a moment. But yes, like this here. So you can be on the top, you can see in, but anybody like I was doing there, just sitting in the corners, you're going to see the players pretty easily, so you got to watch out for that. Here's the slug shotgun. Missed a couple of shots here. People move really fast on PC. It's definitely a lot harder than console. Getting some cover under the bridge there. Highly advise you do that. And I get taken out by a shotgun there. To be honest, there wasn't that many shotgun users from... Judging from the amount of time that I played, I don't think there will be that many shotgun users in the final game. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. AT rockets here. I was using it to try and destroy that little section of a building over there. There's some enemies hiding behind that. I got taken out by it a few times, but it wasn't that bad. In Conquest, I saw a lot more explosive spam than it was than here. But in general, it isn't that bad, which is great. It is really great. I think they have tweaked the grenades a little bit in this as well. I'm not too sure of the actual details, but I do think they have, because I survived quite a lot of them. And that's always good to see. That is always good to see. The Automatico is a bit of a beast, and you can see you can actually use it in this mode. In Conquest, because of the general kind of openness and the way people play, the Automatico, for me, it didn't really work. I didn't feel like you could really use it very well. Except until you got into the trenches, of course, and it was superb. But out in the open, it's not that great. But on this mode, with the way it plays and the flag layouts, it's definitely one weapon you want to be using. The LMGs, oh my god, you definitely want to choose one that's telescopic or kind of intended for medium to longer ranges. I wouldn't advise getting on the bipod. It may seem tempting, but there's quite a few snipers. You're probably going to get dinked in the face, especially on PC, because it's a lot easier to aim and it's a lot easier to get headshots, so I wouldn't recommend the bipod. But something like the Benet Mercy, the one I'm using here, this is a bit of a beast. You pretty much just hold down fire, control the recoil. You can tap fire if you want. The guys at the longer ranges, I was going for the tap fires on some of those, and it was working okay. But LMGs, you don't really want to be tap firing. But if they're at longer distances and they're just kind of stood still, you might be able to dink the head and take them out if the health is low enough. So that's why I was doing it there. I was pretty sure those guys were damaged. And yeah, you can see me bursting there. Don't do that. That's messy. Definitely do not do that. But yeah, we're taking the objective there once again. As you can see, there's lots of cover, which is really great. Really great. A sniper or whatever it was suppressed me there. So we move on, and we're pushing up to the objective before the final objectives on this side of the map. And this area is pretty cool. Again, you can see the kind of verticality kind of elements here. I hate the word verticality. I hate it, but there's, you know what I mean. It's a funny word, isn't it? Yeah, it's a great section here, and there's these little places you can hide in here. Definitely recommend hiding underneath there. And these machines here, you can peek through the wheels and get some nice shots and stay behind cover as well. But yeah, check out how effective this weapon is against these players running down the trenches. It's just such a beast. And in the main game, normally I gotta be honest, I wouldn't really recommend using a weapon like this. Maybe in Operations, but in Conquest, nah, I'd probably just go for something like the Bar Storm or the Madsen. That's a pretty good choice. I've got a clip in a short while with the Madsen. That's pretty beastly. But yeah, you can see, look at this, I'm just watching these guys. They're trying to make a push down here. You see there's some nice movement here, which is really great. In the other maps, apart from maps like Suez and Amiens and Argonne Forest, where there's lots of cover for you to use, like buildings and trees and logs and whatever. In the other maps, there isn't a great deal of cover. So seeing this is really great. I'm really liking this. Obviously, there's lots of open areas here, but there's lots of ways to play it. See right here, I'm deciding, I'm not going to push that open area. I'm going to try and work my way around, try and flank these enemies, and see if I can, defeat them that way. Which is really important, especially when you're using a class like this, the MP18 Trench. It's a pretty beastly weapon, but it's only good for kind of close to medium range engagements like this here. Gonna chuck the dynamite on those two cheeky buggers there, trying to rush me. Now here, look, I'm pushing the enemy spawn. Wouldn't advise going too far down there, but if you're quick enough, you can get right behind the enemy here. But there's a huge amount of risk in doing that because you're right next to the enemy spawn. They're probably gonna spot you pretty easily. I just had a lucky run here, you know. Sometimes you gotta take your chances, you gotta try and risk it. And I managed to get a couple of kills here. Unfortunately, miss out on the triple. Now, in this clip, we got the Hellriegel. This one, oh my god, this weapon is a bit of a beast on this map. Not that many people use it on PC, and I can see why, but on console, oh my god, this weapon, you know, it was nerfed, but on this map, I think you might find a lot of people using it around these areas here. On PC, people tend to go for the Automatico. It tears through people pretty quickly, and on PC, 1v2s and more kind of engagements are really difficult, so an Automatico, if it shreds right through them, that's the weapon to go for. Hellriegel is great for console because people don't aim as quickly, usually don't react as quickly, so you can get away with the Hellriegel on that. Get taken out by the AT rocket there. That does happen from time to time, but again, like in these clips here, there isn't a huge amount of people using them. I don't think they will be in the final game. It's the way it plays. It's you can use bipods and you can sit down or lay down and, you know, shoot across to the objective and whatever, but in some areas the map is kind of open and you just become an easy target, so would not advise doing that. I'm gonna push into the objective here with the Madsen. This is the low weight version. I would probably go for the other version, to be honest. I just picked this up to see how well I could do with it. It's got a bipod as well, so that's really helpful. But this weapon, this is probably going to be one of the most popular LMGs in the trenches. It's really effective. The hip fire on it is pretty good, and you've got a bipod as well. That big thing there in the view isn't too great, but at close range, it doesn't really matter, you know, it doesn't really matter, so definitely recommend using this one. Now, if you look on the minimap, the enemies are piling in here. They do have the height advantage here. They can look down straight into the objective, so you gotta watch out for that. But if they come all down the trenches there, you can easily take them out. So I wouldn't worry too much about that height advantage. This final section, once again, look at the kind of verticality here. You got the trenches, you got the top section. This cheeky bugger in the corner here, planting the objective. Realize there's a sniper there, so you gotta watch out for that. Gotta hide behind that, plant the objective, and hopefully win the game here. 400 points, beautiful. Limpet charge, just in case any cheeky buggers decide to rush in there. And we're gonna try and defend this objective here. Teammates down there, beautiful. They've got Bravo. Bit of hip fire there. These guys are rushing in here. Oh my god, I got totally outnumbered there. That was a bit of a mistake. Final clip for this one. Gewehr M925 infantry. Get a dink on that guy. Fortunately can't get this one. Don't worry about it. We're still suppressing the guy. We've got to push into the objective. Let's see what's going on. Let's get a quick no scope on this guy, and then we'll fall down here into the objective. Or maybe not, actually. Maybe not. Victory. 52 kills, 16 deaths there. That one was a pretty good game. You are going to be seeing a lot of kills on this one. Judging from the games that I played, it seems fairly balanced, although I think on the opposite side of the map, that needs changing up a little. Once the enemies get in there, it's really hard to take it back. And that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this commentary. That is Neville Nights. It looks pretty cool. It plays pretty well. It needs tweaking in places. Definitely needs a lot of work in Conquest, but it has potential, and that's a good thing. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Catch you later.